Okay everyone, this is my friend Doug. You've seen him before. He's a man with the spectrum. So what we're looking at in this particular video is the issues around disability, particularly disability to do with technology, but as you can see, Doug is in a wheelchair. So Doug, tell us why you're in this wheelchair.
I had a stroke, and also I've got something called autonomic failure, which means that I have great difficulty standing up, basically. Yeah, I'm ill, one way or another.
What happens when you stand up?
I've got a tendency to pass out quite a lot, and also I'm really wobbly these days. My balance is all shot, and I fall over and pass out, and generally don't cope very well.
Right. Well, we're in Doug's flat. It's a special bed. There's a hoist up there to lift him, as you can see, and he says this himself, he's something of a large mammal. So you're living in this house in Wetherby, this nursing home in Wetherby, is that what you would call it?
It's a residential home. Yeah, there's carers available at all points, all times.
Right. So yeah, I mean, by the way that you normally would define these things, Doug is ill, has a medical condition that disables him.
Got some bacon as well.
But would you say that that's what disables you?
These things are never clear cut, but a lot of what disables me is the fact that society, in its various manifestations, doesn't adapt itself such that I can take as much apart as anybody else. It doesn't meet my needs, basically. We're launching a legal challenge against Leeds for the fact it's not produced its own disability equality scheme. Leeds City Council. And I know various things, like I'm suing the local housing association over an accessible gate they've put just across like the street from us, where like, there's 18 disabled people living here, and just put this inaccessible gate that nobody can use from a wheelchair.
So show us this gate then, Doug.
This is locked on a night time. We've got lots of people who live with me who aren't very... We've got manual dexterity problems. There's no light here in this passageway at all, it gets really dark. And say you're coming up with an electric wheelchair, finding and getting the key in and getting it open.
No, it's not exactly a big lock, is it?
No, it's a major issue for some people.
So can I ask you how you think your life would be if you didn't have the internet and the computing technology? Does it liberate you?
It revolutionised my life in so many different ways. Yeah, it's a bit of a cliche, but it does actually kind of reduce some of the limitations that I experience in the real physical world. It's a great liberator in many ways.
Can you give an example?
I'm very good at knowing my rights and being able to challenge people when they're not doing right by people for whatever reason, but especially on disability rights issues.
Your legal rights, do you mean?
Yeah. And I'm able to look stuff up, issue in court, all this sort of thing, as a result basically of having a computer. I couldn't have done it otherwise.
Do what? You work using the computer when you can get... You use volunteer work, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
So, what do you do?
I write websites that are... I specialise in writing websites that are accessible to people who use different types of access technology, so people who for whatever reason have difficulty using a conventional computer. People who use screen readers that read out the content of the screen because they're blind or have dyslexia or whatever other reason that they can't use a standard computer configuration. I make sure that websites are accessible to them.
Can you show us some of them later?
Yeah, no problem. Just work.
Page has 3 links. Earth First, Summer Gathering 2007 graphic logo : Earth First, Summer Gathering 2007 graphic picture : crop circles in Norfolk. Wednesday 18th - Sunday 22nd July 2007. Norfolk link, enter site, enter. 71%.
What you heard there, that Stephen Hawking style voice, was JAWS. It's a screen reader. You maybe heard it say things like the crop circles in Norfolk. What it was doing there was reading out an image tag, what's called an alt attribute. If you do e-learning on the web unit, you'll hear about these things, but I'm not going into details here. But this is what a blind person would hear. It's a page being interpreted as sound instead of this information, these digital bits, these zeros and ones being interpreted as dots on a screen, in other words visual text. Remember, you've had a lot of hassle in Wetherby with access, but you reckon it's better now?
Much, yeah, the council has spent a lot of money on putting in drop codes, and a lot of the retailers, like nearly all the banks that put them, have put in wheelchair access now. I can't do it now.
It's alright, Doug, we'll put this on the outtakes.